So you are looking for a Guardian healer build that is not a heal firebrand and is still able to output like immense amount of boons while being probably one of the best healers in output in just raw healing numbers. Yes, you heard correct. This Luminary, Alacrity Heal Luminary in specific, for Guild Wars 2 PvE group content is insane. It's crazy how much it provides to its party. So if you're intrigued by this, be sure to watch the whole video to not miss out a thing about this amazing build, because I will cover everything that there is to know about this. As always, special shout out to all my dear supporters that help me keep the lights on, and now without much further ado, let's jump straight into this amazing build. Let's start with the gear. The gear is very straightforward. You can run the exact same setup that you're running for your heal firebrand. Nothing changes there if you have that already, or even your heal alacrity willbender. I would say you just want to go with the highest amount of healing power and concentration that you can get. If you reach 100% wound duration with food, that's perfect. You don't want to have any more than that, of course, and you want to have the highest healing power possible. If you want to be the tank, you can also get some toughness in there. I run full Harrier here. You can also min-max with some givers pieces in there if you want to get some toughness, or even go for minstrel if you want, but full Harriers is perfectly fine. Full givers is fine, full minstrel is even fine, just whatever you want. And for infusion, if you can afford them, you would go with healing power infusions, and the best in slot rune would be the superior rune of water, so that you cap out on your boon duration. Then for weapons, you would always go with a staff. It's by far the best option for a weapon. Always go staff, superior sigil of transference and superior sigil of concentration on it. The second weapon set is more flexible. I like to run an axe with a shield with concentration and transference again, but you can also run with a spear. Spear is also very viable. Just run the same sigils. You can also go for paralyzation sigil instead of transference or concentration if you need more CC, but I think that's a very, very good setup here. I like to run this specific setup for a little bit more healing output and also like very easy uptime of like the symbols here. The spear gives some more conic lens, also very nice like utility with like healing on the auto attack and also boon output. So both are completely fine. Just always use the staff. For your trinkets, again, full Harrier pieces that I have here, but you can swap to Givers or Minstrel. Run Relic of the Flock. It's very, very good here. Just giving some more healing on your healing skill. Also Barrier if it's already at full health, the target. So really good. You can swap that if you want to other relics, like Relic of the Castora is good if you really wanted to. But I think that's the best option here. Let's talk about the consumables. For the consumables, very straightforward for a healer. You want to go with Bowl of Fruit Salad with Mint Garnish. Just nice healing outgoing modifier, some healing power and concentration. Really, really good. If you don't have access or don't want to use Ascended Food, you can go with Delicious Rice Balls. Very cheap option, very strong as well. And then for utility consumables, always go with Bountiful Maintenance Oils. By far the best option for healing builds, so use that. Quite expensive, but still very good. Before I go to the trades, I want to mention, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. But now, let's jump into the trades. For the trades, you want to go with Honor, Virtues, and Luminary. Honor gives you some really nice empowerment to your symbols. You just get some nice vigor when you dodge. At the end of your dodge roll, you heal allies. That's very potent heal. Don't forget to dodge if you want to heal them. And then your Virtue skill 2 also regenerates your endurance, just for you, but it's quite nice. You can dodge more often, get more heals. Then your healing skill also casts a symbol that grants protection, quite nice, because all your symbols heal and last longer, and they are bigger. So really, really good, just more healing output. And then you get some passive might for your allies when you critically strike, which you do quite often because you have after all permanent fury. So that's quite nice, just keeping up the might. Then you have Virtues, which is your boon trade line. So Honor is heal, Virtues is your boons. So get some nice boons when you activate your Virtues, really good. You get some resolution, okay? And you get some recharge reduction on your Virtues. That's the most important part here. Then your concentration lasts longer. This is like, if you take concentrations, it's really good. Other than that, the other two are not that good. So you even take it if you don't have anything else, because it's just like, it's really good for concentration skills, especially like Sanctuary, but we will get to that. Then we have Absolute Resolve. If you need a Condic Lens, that's the best option here. It gives just a nice Condic Lens for yourself and your allies around you, and the passive is quite nice as well. If you don't need Condic Lens, you can go for Glacial Heart, which also gives some nice healing when you CC an enemy. That's quite cool, or even immobilize or chill them, so that's quite cool. But, sorry for the pun, but Absolute Resolve is like the best option if you need Condic Lens in general. I would rather take this just to make sure that if there are Condis to be cleansed, then you have something. And then you take Indomitable Courage, which means that your F3 will become a stun break, and it grants stability to nearby allies. That's really, really good, so that you can provide some nice stability on a short cooldown and just instant cast F3 skill. Really good. Then you have Luminary, altering your F3 and even grants you access to your Radiant Forge. We will cover it with the skills section, but in general, really, really nice traits here. Get some vitality, and you get some Luminary's Blessing to your allies when you equip a Radiant weapon. Luminary's Blessing reduces incoming strike damage by 10%, and when it expires, it heals allies for 1k. That's not bad, so really good. Unique buff, just makes your allies more tanky, which is on top of protection, so keep that in mind as well. Then you get access to Radiant armaments, which means that you will get a bonus depending on what weapon you equip in your Radiant Shroud, which has 4 different weapons. It has a hammer, it has a staff, it has a sword, and it has a shield. Typically you want to end with your staff so that you get a 15% healing buff after using the staff and swapping out. It lingers around for 10 more seconds, so that's actually quite strong. So getting a 15% healing increase to others, always try to end on the staff. For your traits that you actually take refreshing the duration of the Luminary's Blessing and triggers it when you exit the Radiant Forge, so you actually can get some more like Luminary's Blessing. And whenever you, so to say, leave the Shroud, you refresh the duration, so you get more damage reduction for a longer time, and the healing effect is still triggered, so that's quite nice. So you get some consistent healing while also keeping up your second protection buff. Then of course you have to take this one for giving Alacrity. Whenever you equip a Radiant weapon, you grant 4 seconds of Alacrity in a 600 radius, it's really big, on 5 targets. So it's not, doesn't sound like much, even with 100% boon duration, only 4 seconds, it's not that much, but you equip them so frequently that you can easily upkeep that. And 600 radius is huge, so you will like, even if you do a mechanic, you can apply that to your allies. And then you have Mastered Arms, really important here, because that means whenever you use a Virtue skill, it recharges the corresponding weapon. So Justice recharges Hammer, Resolve recharges the Staff, and Courage recharges the Sword and Shield. So that means that you actually can spam your weapon skills in your Shroud way more frequently. So you can use your Shroud skills and then use your F skills to reset them, and then you can apply them again. So that means you can spam your wounds more, but you also get the healing effects more, and of course the CC and damage effects, so all that good stuff. So it's really, really good combination here. That's how you play it, but we will go to that in a second with the rotation. First, cover the utility skills. So I would always run Resolute Starts. That's a really, really good one. It's a really big heal and also heals your allies. And it's also a Condi Cleanse. If you Condi Cleanse them, you also heal more. That's quite nice. Really good skill. And that's typically good enough to actually drop the Absolute Resolve to Glacial Heart, because you already have a good Condi Cleanse. But so oftentimes it's better to have even more Condi Cleanse. Why not? Then always take Hold the Line so that you can upkeep Region and Protection and just spam that off cooldown. Really easy, instant cast. Then I would always take Stand Your Ground for a nice, like, just stability application. But if you don't need stability, you can also swap that. And I like to take Sanctuary for some block, some healing, some just missile block that is, and just some really long CC. So if you put that on a target, and that just slowly breaks the breakbar over time, because it's a lot of knockbacks that pulse there. You can swap a lot of stuff around. You can go for a long-range revive. You can go for more stability with Hollowed Ground. You can go for Aegis with Advance. You can even go for, like, Bow of Truth for more healing. You can go for Shield if you need more Missile Reflect or block. You can go for Hammer of Wisdom if you need more CC. You can go for example for Merciful Intervention if you need a teleport to a target and a revive. You can also go, for example, for Stalwart Stance, because it's a stun break for allies, which is really unique, so that's quite good as well. Or you can even go for Valorous Stance, so that means whenever you apply a boon to an ally, you actually heal them, which is really, really potent. And you also grant some stability to allies. This is a really, really underrated skill. It's really, really strong. So this is probably the must-take skill if you really want to, like, get the most amount of healing out and also some nice stability. It's really, really good. So that would be like a really good setup, but you don't, you like a little bit of CC with this. And then you can take whatever elite skill you want to take. Feel My Wrath is just nice to cover some super speed, get more fury and some quickness if your quickness DPS is slacking. That's quite good, but not that crazy. You can also swap to a passive heal with Signet of Courage, or you can go for Renewed Focus to renew your F1 to F3 skill, or use it as a defensive like Invulnerability for 3 seconds. Or you can even go for Daring Advance for some more CC and some more Fury and Might uptime, and Luminary's Blessing as well. So it's like every 4 Guardian elite skills here are really potent. You can use all of them. For the weapon skills, on the 2 skill here, you have a nice symbol on X and gives some nice Fury. You have a pull on the 3 skill, you have a like Protection and Aegis in front of you with the 4 skill on Shield, and on the 5 skill have some nice knockback and a Projectile Deflect. And if you double tap it, it's a nice heal. On Staff, you typically want to use your 2 for a nice healing and a blast finisher. The 3 is for symbol. It also grants swiftness. That's really, really important to upkeep swiftness. The 4 skill is very important because it pulses heal and gives a lot of might. So that's important to just empower your allies with might consistently. And then you have a CC line of warding that's not that good in PvE. For your Radiant Shroud, you have like an auto attack that is altered depending on what kind of weapon you equip, and the weapon you equip via 2 to 5 skills. The 2 is the hammer, which grants some nice damage in days. And also the flip over skill will be just, so to say, after you equip the weapon, you will get some nice attack with the weapon. So the hammer will just give you like a nice damaging skill. The 3 skill, the staff, will be just a symbol that you put down. Really, really good because it heals allies, and then you can double tap to cleanse more condition and heal even more. And you can see, like, if I use my F2 now, I will reset the staff and I can use it again. And then we'll get so many boons and so much healing out of that. And you see the Alacrity is also really good already. So really, really potent. And you can always swap out and in of the Shroud depending on what you want. Typically, the recharge time is 10 seconds. If the recharge time is reduced, if you have unused Radiant weapons, so if you don't use all of them, that means that you can use that every 5 seconds. That's really, really potent. And keep that in mind, you also have some traits that give you something after coming out of Shroud, so always like don't stay too long if you don't need to. You can of course equip all the weapons to get even more Alacrity. And if you do that and then activate all of them again, you see how many boons I get just for pressing all of them off cooldown. Then I have the 10-second cooldown and my Alacrity is kept at 30 seconds. It's really, really strong and you can like do that very consistently and you don't need to like spam all the attacks all the time. Like I said, the 3 skill is some nice healing and some symbol. The 4 skill is a nice mobility tool. And the second flip over skill is not that good. It's just a projectile. The 5 skill is a block. And if you like do it again, it's a nice CC skill. That's what you do, and depending on the weapon that you use in the Shroud, you also get an altered auto attack. So the staff is probably the most important one because it heals your allies when you use it. Gives some nice healing and some regen. That's about it. So really, really strong. And now the F skills, you have some nice quickness for yourself. It's only for yourself, you don't share it. But it's like, again, a nice boon output, and don't forget, it resets your hammer. Then the F2, which is the most important one, it grants like some regen, some healing, some condition removal, and it's really, really good because it resets your staff, so you can like have really crazy output of healing. Then you have Radiant Courage, which is really strong because it grants stability, grants ages. It's really, really potent. It's really overloaded. And your virtues also, that's the important part here, they also empower the next time you use your corresponding weapon skill. So if you use the hammer, it gets more damage, the staff gives more healing, and the shield and the sword give more like utility on the shield and the barrier. So really, really overloaded kit. So now let's take a look at how this actually plays. What is the typical rotation? But you can imagine that this is like the output of the just raw amount of boons and healing and stuff. It does not really matter too much. You just spam your buttons and you have permanent all the boons. And you also just spam your weapon swap and your empower for the most part to keep up the boons with like Fury and Might. This is the most important one. So the 4 skill here and the 2 skill here. And other than that, you just like I said, use hold the line of cooldown, use stand your ground and Valor stance if you need it, and your healing stance as well if you need it. And other than that, you can even outlast the extremely damaging field, as I will showcase here now. So the important part about the rotation is, of course, that you always try to use your F skills while you used your Radiant Forge skills before, so that you can reset them. That's the important part, because then you can use them again. It's very important, of course, for the F2 as well, so that you actually get even more healing. So the staff is the most potent one here. And try to end on the staff so that your healing output to others is increased. And other than that, you just try to use your empower and your symbol of vengeance of cooldown. The same goes for spear. If you use spear, you want to use the 3 skill gleaming disc with being illuminated. That's the most important part. Other than that, of course, try to use the symbol to illuminate your other skills. I will give myself quickness so that I can showcase this better, because typically you have a support that provides quickness to you and you are the healer. So you want to like just see everything else. So let's see how that goes. I will go in and will try to showcase this here in the extremely damaging field, how long you can survive, or you can survive forever, and also heal that for your party as well. So that's what you would do. So let's go for the like, let's leave it like that and say we will just have no passive healing here, and we will really showcase this. So I dodge in and then I will engage with this and make sure that I get the might up for my allies. And of course you also want to get the Alacrity up as well. And you can see it's really easy to give up the Alacrity. Oops, you should probably target the golem here. Yep, there we go. And now you have everything like covered here. You can like just spam your skills off cooldown, and not a big issue at all. Use the staff, of course, with the flip over skills, and use the heals. And you have really big heals in here. Drop out of the shroud every now and then, of course, to get your might and stuff going again. And that and even you can dodge, don't forget, you can dodge, so to heal your allies as well. And you see, this is like more of a, like, you react to stuff that is happening. You don't have to like use anything else than just reacting and use the shroud whenever you want to. But the important part is use empower whenever you go to staff and use your 2 skill here. And other than that, you can also use a healing skill to get some really crazy big heal and use your F skills off cooldown. But it's more like the rotation is very flexible. It's more about the opener, and it's more about understanding that you can just like use your stay in Forge if you need to, but you can also drop out of it and just use the skills there, and you can easily outlast it. You can upkeep a lot of boons. And I didn't even use my stability skills here, because for the stability you just want to react to mechanics that actually are happening. And you can see I can easily outlast the damaging field here, and just resetting my staff again can end on the staff to get even more healing output to my allies. And very easy, I don't even have food equipped right now and utility consumables, so that would be even higher, the healing output. And you can just go in and out of the shroud to get all the value that you need. For your allies, of course, use the shield if you need some barrier and empower it. That's the whole loop. You can see how strong this build is, like very, very easy to just play around with it. And I hope this like helps you. You can see in the background how fun this build is. It's really, really important. Just try to keep up your boons and heal. That's the main thing. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this build guide. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks again to all my supporters, and I hope to see you all in the next video.